Hello everybody, Mannix here. It's time for a little shotgun review for you right here, right now. But first, feel free to subscribe, hit that little bell notification if you do not want to miss weekly knife and gun videos. About a year ago, I released a video on this Hatsan Escort BTS12 or Hatsan, however you say that. And I was missing this piece right here, the cocking handle or the charging handle, charging lever, cocking lever, whatever you want to call that thing. This piece flew out on me after about, 100 rounds or so, something like that. Can't remember offhand. And all that time ago, I attempted to contact Hatsan using multiple emails that I found, and I did not get a response. However, just a few months ago, I tried again, and then I got a response. And I was able to have a new one shipped to me. So I finally got the charging lever replaced. Awesome. Now, how long will it stay in there? I don't know. But hey, at least I got it now. So let's just get the specs out of the way real quick. It's a semi-automatic bull-pup shotgun. Bull-pup meaning the magazine is behind the trigger. Bolt action. You're going to slide this back in order to charge it. And then each pull of the trigger, as long as the shells are functioning correctly, it will continue to extract the spent shells and load in the new ones. We have a 2 3/4 as well as a 3-inch chamber, 12 gauge, chrome-plated steel barrel, alloy upper receiver, and a synthetic lower receiver, synthetic stock, synthetic forend. The one I'm reviewing right here, again, happens to be 12 gauge, although they sell this in a 410 caliber. Rubber recoil pad. We have flip-up sights. This we see up here is detachable. You can see it's just attached to the accessory rail using screws. And we got a side rail right here, another side rail on the other side. Adjustable cheek rest, weighs 8.1 pounds. And at most gun stores, you'll find these things for around $450, anywhere from $400 to $500 last I checked anyway. Mine came with 2 magazines. This one I have loaded with snap caps, as you can see right there. But if we were to load this thing with either one of them, they are 5 capacity each for 12 gauge. That's in place, and then you would charge it just like that. Because it's empty, it stays back, but that's where it would load. Very good looking shotgun. I think it's very cool, kind of futuristic looking. It's got the whole like modern bullpup thing going on, so it doesn't look very typical. Does not look like your standard classic shotgun. And there's our safety right there. Now it's unsafe, and we're gonna go back to fire. Love that rail. I'm a sucker for rails on shotguns. I think they just look really, really cool. I just think they're really handy for carrying around, and they also double as sights, but again, you can take it off if you wish. I could see some people not preferring this for home defense, the rails, because they can be grabbed onto by an invader potentially, but that's a whole nother thing. I'm not gonna get into that for now, but you can see how it's adjustable right here. The sight, cheek rest is also adjustable. A little spot for perhaps a sling. It does not come with one, but it does come with this piece. The front left side accessory rail, we have this piece attached, so you could attach the sling that way, but this is just how it comes by default. I did not do any modding to this gun whatsoever. Did not take anything off, so this is how it comes. Now let's load this sucker up. This is where you would detach the magazine. This button right here works just fine, no issues. It's loaded up with our 5 snap caps. Now we could pull this back and then it would fling itself forward, or we can press this button right here in this particular scenario. So let's just do that. The next one. Obviously, if these were live rounds, it would be firing and extracting these spent shells while loading in the new ones on its own. But because it's a semi-automatic, you can't exactly do that with snap caps. It's very comfortable, very affordable. Again, mid $400 range or so is not too bad at all. Mossberg and Remington pump actions out there cost more or less about that price, so it's really not that big of a deal. I really, really, really think it's a comfortable gun. I love the rubberized grip they have here on the forend, as well as the handle. Butt pad's nice and comfortable. I have not adjusted the cheek rest, but again, you can do that if you wish. It's got a lot of bells and whistles, a lot of different adjustable things and stuff you can do to it out of the package. They actually give you a lot to work with here. And again, the stock magazines, I got 2 of them. I don't know if it's going to be the same case for you, but that's what mine came with. So it's 10 total rounds you have, but of course you can get more. You could probably get drum mags for these things. I didn't really look into that, but I know that's probably a possibility. As far as reliability is concerned, when I first got this thing a couple of years ago, I was having some trouble with some 12 gauge birdshot not extracting properly and not loading properly. I would fire and occasionally they would get stuck. I was wondering if either they were not powerful enough and the gun was just not liking the lighter loads. Maybe it wanted some hotter loaded loads like actual buckshot or even slugs with higher brass. But as I just oiled it up and as I continued to use it after about, 40 rounds or so, I never had that issue again. So maybe it just had to be broken in. So far, ever since I also got the new charging lever in there and put a few boxes and more birdshot through it, I've never had any issues with anything extracting or loading. Nothing. I've had no problems with it since. I can't guarantee that this piece is going to stay in there forever. It's very simple. It just slips in on a ball bearing. There's a ball bearing internally that's moving forward. And this piece right here yanks out just like that. Just got little notches in there with a ball bearing, regardless of either side you slip it in. Yes, it's ambidextrous, so you can do it either way. I'm a righty, so I'm going to put it on the right side, but the ball bearing attempts to just keep it in place by pushing itself into either one of those notches, and you just slip it through the slit with no tools or anything. I mean, that's convenient and all, that's fast, but I don't know how often I'm actually going to need to swap this guy back and forth. I kind of wish this would have some kind of tool to help secure it in place. See, that's it, it's in place. So with all that recoil going, it's no surprise that this thing can easily fly out on you. So if you're handy, if you can figure out a way or come up with some way to keep this in place, keep it stuck in there, let me know. But until then, that is kind of an issue. You can just glue that sucker in there, maybe. I don't really know. But I do have that constant fear of this flying out on me once again, because then you can't charge it without that piece. Hell, if you're handy, you might want to make your own piece and stick it in there. But other than the hazard of this piece flying out and the reliability issues I did have of this out of the box, I don't really have any other complaints. Again, it's very affordable. Other than that, it has been very reliable. It's a really cool shotgun for the money. I would probably call this an assault shotgun. For home defense, it's okay. I usually don't like magazines for home defense. I don't really see the point to that. Personally, I usually just prefer that tube fed, either a pump or a semi-automatic shotgun. But I do like bull-pups for home defense because that does decrease the overall length of the shotgun, because our barrel is starting all the way back here rather than somewhere up here-ish if we had a non-bullpup shotgun, where the magazine or whatever method you had to load it was in front of the handle. So we do save a lot of room here because of the bullpup design. But I always found semi-automatic bullpups kind of an interesting combination, because again, bullpups I usually picture for home defense. Magazine-fed shotguns I usually think are better for assault shotguns. So other than the quirks we have going here, particularly this piece, I'm always afraid this thing's just going to fly out on me once again. If anyone can come up with a way to get that sucker to stay in there, please let me know. But that's really the only major issue I have with the shotgun, is that charging lever. It's very precarious. It can fly out at any moment. I've heard many people online have also had that exact same issue. You put like 50, maybe even 100 rounds through it, and that's it. It just flies out on you, and they don't know where it is. It's lost in the field somewhere, wherever they were shooting it, especially if you're in an outdoor range. And that's kind of it. You have to just hope Hatsan or Hatsan, whatever their name is, will respond to your email if you're asking for a new piece that flew out. Because I can't find any of these pieces for sale anywhere. I looked all over the internet for about a year ever since it flew out on me. Not a damn site had a single one for sale that would fit this gun. I even tried about 2 other charging levers meant for different semi-autos, but just for shits and giggles, I attempted to fit them into this one, and of course, neither of them did. These pieces are so rare, apparently. I don't know what it is, but other than that, if you can get it to stay in there, it's a really, really cool semi-auto bullpup magazine-fed shotgun. The choke up here is really, really sweet looking too. It's just a really cool, modern-looking assault bullpup shotgun. Recoil's not too bad too. I've had a Keltec KS7, which is also a bullpup shotgun, not magazine-fed. It's pump action. And although that one's a lot lighter than this one, that one hurts to shoot, not only because it's so light, but because it's a bullpup gun. However, this one being a bullpup, I don't really have too many issues with the recoil. I mean, it hurts just about as much as basically any other 12-gauge shotgun that I know of. So no issues with the recoil either. That's my second take on the Hatsan Escort BTS12. What do you think of this shotgun? Do you have anything you like about it that I didn't mention, or anything you don't like about it that I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Mannix out.